and we are back here at the NRA Annual Meeting 2018 in Dallas, Texas, with Jim Sapika and Phil Schreier from the NRA Museums, a reunion of sorts of the gun gurus here on Curators Corner, but also sort of a gun gurus takeover, because you guys run an incredible show and awards here at the annual meeting. We love to take advantage of that. So you're bringing over some beautiful things, some wonderful people. So tell us, what do you have for us now?
Well, this is a subject and a gun and a collection very near and dear to my heart. This is a great Smith & Wesson. This display was one of our display award winners, and this gun is certainly a silver medal winner. It's one of the top 10 guns in the show. It is a Smith & Wesson first model Russian. Then the cool thing is it was owned by John Wesley Hardin. And it also has this holster that has become maybe the most iconic Old West holster I can think of that belonged to John Wesley Hardin with the loops on it. Lynn was nice enough to bring her collection here and show it to us. But you've had some folks behind you in this collection. This is a three-generation collection?
Yes. My grandfather started this in 1950 and got passed down to my dad, and now I'm the third generation to take it over.
Well, you brought beautiful, beautiful early Smith & Wessons, and certainly you guys tell the history of the Smith & Wesson, especially in the American West. Tell us a little bit, first of all, about John Wesley Hardin, and then how did you get this gun? And what everybody wants to know is, how did you know this is his gun?
Sure. Well, John Wesley Hardin used this gun to shoot Deputy Sheriff Charles Webb in Comanche in 1874. It was his 21st birthday.
Oh, my gosh.
And he was captured by the sheriff there, Sheriff Carnes, and a big mob was coming up and wanted to take over, and so Carnes felt like it was better to let Hardin go, so he let him go, and in the confusion, he was giving him back his gun, and he dropped it, and so Sheriff Carnes kept it, and it was on display in the drugstore there in Comanche for many years. And then gentleman Harvey Lumpkin asked if he could use it for his night watchman's firearm, so he had it for his night watchman's gun, and then he sold it to a gentleman, Roy Sherrill, who was a county postal person, and he would actually use it to shoot rabbits with.
There's not much left of the rabbit. Yeah. 44 caliber.
Yeah, Sherrill I had it from about 1911, and my grandfather knew Sherrill very well, and he's written affidavits that is the gun that was used to shoot Charles Webb with. And
well, you folks have done exceptional research on that, and that is especially tough with outlaw guns, because there are all kinds of outlaw attributed guns, but when you have one with this type of solid documentation going back multiple generations, with folks who had the foresight to record this, and you've done some history going around the area and talking to the old folks who had seen this gun in exhibits when they were kids.
Yeah. CB, tell us a little bit about the display that the club brought out for us here today. Back in the booth, what was the theme of your exhibit?
The theme that Lim's exhibit covered was the whole single action era, from in trying to illustrate the role that Smith & Wesson has played in the development of firearms, from the seminal development of the bored through cylinder, which is the basis of all modern revolvers, and the innovation that they put into the improvement from that period in the 1850s to develop automatic ejection systems and add stocks and make a revolving rifle and make marketing improvements to sell their products to the Russians and to the Turkish governments and to Japan, and develop a global economy back in the 1800s.
Everybody thinks about Colts of the Old West, but they were hard-pressed to keep up with Smith & Wesson in terms of the number of revolvers produced during that era.
Right, and Smith & Wesson produced, more guns for Russia in certain periods than they did even for America, but they produced the first, U.S. military cartridge handgun, the first one for police agencies.
Well, thank you guys so
a
much.
lot of firsts, and
Yeah.
that's what we try to illustrate.
Wonderful exhibit.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
sharing on Curators Corner.